ಓಂ ಶ್ರೀ ಗಣೇಶಾಯ ನಮಃ. ಓಂ ಶ್ರೀ ಸರಸ್ವತ್ಯೈ ನಮಃ. ಓಂ ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುಭ್ಯೋ ನಮಃ. ಓಂ ಸಮಸ್ತಜನಕಲ್ಯಾಣೇ ನಿರತಂ ಕರುಣಾಮಯಂ ನಮಾಮಿ ಚಿನ್ಮಯಂ ದೇವಂ ಸದ್ಗುರುಂ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮವಿದ್ವರಂ ಸದ್ಗುರುಂ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮವಿದ್ವರಂ. ಓಂ ಸದಾಶಿವಸಮಾರಂಭಾಂ ಶಂಕರಾಚಾರ್ಯಮಧ್ಯಮಾಂ ಅಸ್ಮದಾಚಾರ್ಯಪರ್ಯಂತಾಂ ವಂದೇ ಗುರುಪರಂಪರಾಂ. ಶಂಕರಂ ಶಂಕರಾಚಾರ್ಯಂ ಕೇಶವಂ ಬಾದರಾಯಣಂ ಸೂತ್ರಭಾಷ್ಯಕೃತೌ ವಂದೇ ಭಗವಂತೌ ಪುನಃ ಪುನಃ. ಶ್ರುತಿಸ್ಮೃತಿಪುರಾಣಾನಾಂ ಆಲಯಂ ಕರುಣಾಲಯಂ ನಮಾಮಿ ಭಗವತ್ಪಾದಶಂಕರಂ ಲೋಕಶಂಕರಂ. ಓಂ ನಮೋ ಭಗವತೆ ಶ್ರೀರಮಣಾಯ. We are entering into 12th chapter today. Asmin adhyaye pradhanyena shakti vicharaha kriyate. In this chapter, mainly, essentially, about shakti vichara. Shakti is the divine power. So, a lot of analysis is being made on shakti vichara, pradhanyena. But questions begin with some other questions so that eventually lead us to shakti vichara. एकोनविंशे दिवसे भारद्वाजो महामनाः कपालीकृतशुज्यायान् अपृच्छद् रमणं गुरुम्. See, प्राग उक्त एव अब्धे मासी च एकोनविंशे दिवसे भारद्वाजो भारद्वाजसगोत्रः कपाली ग्रन्थकुतः अन्तेवासी रमणं महर्षिम् अपृच्छत् पृष्ठवान् वक्ष्यमाणमिति शेषः. प्रागुक्तेव अब्धे मासी च. So as in the previous questions were asked in the same year, same month, that is August 1917. But 19th day, that is 19th of August 1917, Bharadvajo Bharadvaja Gotra. So Bharadvaja Gotra is Kapali, the Kapali Shastri, the Sanskrit commentator of the text Ramana Geeta, composed by Kavyakanta Ganapata Muni Shastri. So Kapali Granthakrutaha Antevasi. Granthakrutaha Antevasi. Who is Kapali? Antevasi, student of the Granthakrita. Who is the Granthakarta? Kavyakanda Ganapata Muni. He wrote all the slokas. Commentary was given by Kapali Shastri. So Granthakritaha Antevasi, the disciple of the author of the Ramana Geeta, Maharshim Apruchat, that is Kapali, the one who wrote this Sanskrit commentary, Apruchat Prushtavan Vakshamanamiti Sheshaha. What is asked is be told. Further it will be told. He asked, Gurum Ramanam Maharshi Guruna Maharshihi Gurunamapi Guru iti prasiddhehe Gurupadam Upattam. Who is Ramana Maharshi? He went to Ramana Maharshi, Gurum Ramanam Maharshihi, Ramana Maharshihi, Gurunamapi Guruhu. He is a guru of all the gurus. Who? Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi iti prasiddhehe Gurupadam Upattam. So this, he was actually, Ramana Maharshi was given such a great name that stating that he is a guru of the gurus, because Dakshinamurti Swarupa only. So prasiddhehe Gurupadam Upattam. Prashtuhu, questioner, who is Kapalinaha, Krutishu Jayastvam Mahamanastvam cha ukte. Now, scene is like this. Ramana Maharshi was sitting there in ashram. Devotees coming and some of the people asked some brilliant questions. So Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi gave answers. Those questions, who asked on which date and what did they ask, And what was the reply of Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi to those questions? It was recorded by Kavyakanta Ganapata Muni Shastri, and he wrote that in Sanskrit verse, in the form of Sanskrit verse, thus Ramana Geeta came into existence with 18 chapters. Now, on those 18 Ramana Maharshi's chapters, Ramana Geeta, later on after 30 years, in 1945-46, nearly 30 years, the Kapali Shastri, who is the disciple of Kavyakanta Ganapata Muni Shastri, wrote a commentary in Sanskrit on the verses composed by his Guru Kavyakanta Ganapata Muni Shastri, which is called as Ramana Geeta. So the questioner was, one each day some questioner was there. They asked questions to Ramana Maharshi. Kavyakanta Ganapata Muni recorded. Now one day, Kapali Shastri himself asked a question. Kapali Shastri asked a question to Ramana Maharshi. When he asked a question to Ramana Maharshi, his own Guru Kavyakanta Ganapata Muni recorded that also. What this person asked, the student asked a question to Ramana Maharshi. What did he ask? What was the reply of Bhagavan? So he recorded. Who? Kavyakanta Muni. So in this chapter, the slokas were composed again by whom? Kavyakanta Ganapata Muni. Again, the commentary being written by whom? Kapali Shastri. But in this chapter, the questioner himself is Kapali Shastri, the student of Kavyakanta Ganapata Muni. So, when Guru composed the sloka, he praised his disciple. He praised his disciple. Who? Because he said, Kapali Krutishu Jayan Apruchat. Kapali Apruchat. Kapali Shastri Apruchat, he asked a question on so and so date Ramana Maharshi. Who is recording? Kavyakanta Ganapata Muni Shastri, the Granthakarta, the author of this Grantha. Commentary by his own disciple, the Kapali Shastri. So when Kapali asked a question, Kavyakanta Ganapata Muni, when composing the sloka, he added an adjective to his own disciple. What is the adjective? Krutishu Jayan. He is the foremost learned among the learned people. That's how the title was given to his own disciple, Kapali Shastri, by Kavyakanta Ganapata Muni. But on that again, Guru praised Shishya in a sloka, and Shishya is writing the commentary on these 18 chapters of Ramana Geeta, where he had to mention that he was praised by his own Guru. That's what is mentioning here. So, Prastuhu Kapalinaha Krutishu Jayastvam Mahamanastvam cha ukte. So, Kavyakanta Muni speaks about Kapali Shastri's the high rank or greatness of his student. Greatness among the learned people, among the most knowledgeable people. The great Kapali asked this question. Like that. Cha ukte. Now, Vidvatsu Abhignesuva Gariyastvam Tatha Mahamanastvam cha Kapalinaha Swasishyasya Braviti Granthakrita Acharyo Vatsalyavashad Anugraha Drushtya. This is a beautiful thing. So, the student is writing a commentary that my Guru praised the questioner. Who is the questioner? Me alone. Who am I? Student of my own Guru. Kavyakanta Ganapata Muni, the author of this the text. So he says that Vidvatsu Abhignesu Va Gariyastvam. He praised the student as the knowledgeable among the knowledgeable person, or Gariyastvam, the heaviness, the greatness of the person, the questioner, that is me, Tata Mahamanastvam cha Kapalinha, of the Kapali, Swasishyasya Braviti. So Kavyakanta Ganapata Muni praised his own student. That is a great person, foremost learned among the learned people, most knowledgeable, etc. Bravi iti Granthakrita Acharyaha. How? Vatsalyavashad Anugraha Drushtya. It is the Shishya was praised by Guru because of Vatsalya Bhava. Vatsalya and Anugraha Drushtya. To bless him. And Vatsalya Bhava, because he is like a son to him, Guru. The Kapali is son to his own Guru. So therefore, out of Vatsalya Bhava and Anugraha Drushtya, the Guru praised his own student. That he asked such a beautiful question to Ramana Maharshi. And on which again the entire commentary was again written by his own student Kapali Shastri in Sanskrit. So he had to write a commentary on that sloka also, where Guru praised him, the commentator, the Sanskrit commentator. So, therefore, asprishte गुणे अल्पे वा सति अस्पष्टे गुणे अल्पे वा सति गुण आविष्कारणेन गुण उपबृंहणेन वा प्रसादगर्भितेन वचसा वर्णनं प्रायेण अस्मद् आचार्यस्य शैली. He is now praising his own teacher, who Kapala Shastri. He says, aspashte gune alpe vasati. When a good qualities are not very clear, aspashta, it is not clear in anybody. Or alpa, very few good qualities are there in the student. Guna avishkarana, guna upabrahman. So, guna upabrahmanena, meaning what? By exposing the very limited qualities of the student, not so good qualities, little bit of, but that he expands, the Guru expands, elaborates and projects it on a great skin. Therefore, va prasada garbhitena vachasa, and with use impregnated words, very prasada garbhitena, the words which are packed with high praise, with high quality, the attributing quality to the Shishya. Prasada garbhitena vachasa varnanam prayena asmadacharyasya shaili. It is generally the style of my teacher to praise the students, Shishyas, those who are not so great in their qualities, but the greatness is seen by the Guru in his own disciples, and Guna Avishkarana, exposing them and unveiling those good qualities, whatever little, maybe little. Shishya says have little qualities, but Guru praises them more. That is the quality of a Guru. Asmad Acharyasya Shaili. This is the nature, this is the method of my Guru to encourage the students. Therefore, when he Krutishu Jayan, one who is the most learned person among all the great other authors, thus my Guru praising me, it is actually indicates his greatness. That's what the commentator says. Yadyapi Panditya Gandha Mahamanaha tu Leshova Kapilani Laksheta. Even though the Pandityam, the knowledge and then Pandityam, the expertise of the knowledge is only very lesha matra, very wee bit of it I have. Mahamanastva Leshova Kapilena Kapalini Laksheta. In Kapali, if you see, even if a small portion of little greatness, little quality only is seen, even though the little is seen in the student, Bhagavato Vasishtasya Ganapati Munehi Acharyasya Tejo Vishesha Vilasa Eva Iti. So beautiful thing. Whatever little greatness and little wisdom, little quality that is in me, that is actually, it is nothing but the reflection of the grace of my Guru. That's the meaning. So whatever good I have, it is only Bhagavato Vasishtasya Ganapati Munehi Acharyasya Tejo Vishesha Vilasa Eva Iti. It is his own shine, his own light, his own wisdom, a wee bit of it shining in my heart, reflected. Anubhava Sanatha Kapilo Kapalino Manisha. This is the experience of, the great experience of the Kapali, that is student. So that is how the Guru praised the Shishya, and Shishya in turn attributes that praise to the greatness of the Guru. But what is the question? Question is now being said. Kapal yuvacha vishaye vishayo vrittihi itidam bhagavan strikam jnaninam pamaranam cha lokayatra sudrushyate. Now the question is asked about Triputi. Now see, Bhagavan Maharshehe Vishayi means what? Jnata. Now listen. Heavy subject begins from now. Heavy. Whole chapter is heavy. Heavy in the sense, Those who have studied Vedanta by reflecting deeply Shastras, that may become very good clarity they get. Otherwise, it becomes a little heavy. He says, Vishayi. Vishayi means Jnata, the knower. Vishayi, Jnata, Asmat Pratyaya Gocharaha. This Jnata is what? I. It is shown, it is recognized as I factor in me. I. The Jnata, the knower. Asmat Pratyaya. I means Jnata, who is the knower? I. Asmat Pratyaya Gocharo. Then Vishayaha, one is Jnata. Vishayaha Jneyaha. Idam Pratyayashraya Indriyarthaha. So, Aham and Idam, two things are there. Aham means what? Jnata, knower. So, Jnata is referred to, that means Aham Pratyaya Gocharaha. Who is Jnata? I, the knower. Vishayi. Vishayaha Jneya Vastu, the object of known. How it is shown as which pratyaya, which thought called as what, named as what? Idam pratyaya ashrayaha. It is actually idam. So, aham, the jnata, the knower, I, vishayaha, sense objects, jneyam, it is called, which is to be known, called as idam, indriyarthaha, objects of the world outside. So there are two things, aham, jnata, and jneyaha, object which is to be known. And third is what? Vrittihi, vishayanoho sambandha jnanam. Now what is jnanam? The sambandha, relationship between the knower, the I, jnata, and the known, jneyaha, the object. Relationship between these two is called jnanam, knowledge. So unless there is a connection between a knower and the known, and the relationship between these two is called jnanam, that is knowledge. Jnanam iti idam jnatru jneya jnanatmakam trikam. So these three, triad. The triad is knower, known, and the relationship between the knower and the known is called jnanam. So the knower, object, the known, the object, then the relationship, knowledge. So knowledge, knower, known, knowledge. Trikam, triputi padavachyam. These three together called as Triputi in Vedanta. This Triputi, Lokayatrasu, meaning Laukukeshu Vyavahareshu iti yavat. Now in Laukika, in everybody's life, everyone, Laukika Vyavahara, without this Triputi, no knowledge of the outer world can take place. So Triputi has to exist. There should be a knower. Knower is with respect to, when you say somebody is a knower, with what? With respect to the known. So, I got a knowledge of the object known. By whom? By me. So, unless these three are together, knowledge cannot take place. So, in Loka Vyavahara, in all the transactions of the world, this Triputi has to exist. Without this Triputi, no knowledge can ever take place of the outer world. Now listen carefully. So this is very known, everybody is known to all the spiritual students. Vyavahareshu iti yavat. Jnaninam, atmavidam, pamaranam, Ajnaninam Ubhayesham Chadrushyate. Now, see this Triputi, when the Jnani, Atmavida, the realized man, when he is transacting in the world outside, when he getting the knowledge of the outer world, the objects of the outer world, the triputty has to exist. He realized man, he is seeing a pot. So there is a pot object, the knower of the pot, and the relation between these two, the knowledge of the pot, exists even in the case of a realized man. These three exist. And the triputty also exists among the ignorant ones, those who are not awakened to the truth. So triputty exists in them, jnata, jnaya, and jnanam. Exists between the ignorant man, the triad, the knower, knowledge, and the known, or knower, known, and the knowledge. Exists between both the ignorant man and the wise man who have awakened to the truth during the vyavahara in the transactional world. Ubhayesham cha drushyate. So it is seen very clearly that triputty is there. In Mahatma also triputty is there. In Ajnani also triputty is there. That is a transaction. There is no dispute in it. Oh, I am a Mahatma, so I don't triputty and need triputty. No, when you are talking, eating, thinking, seeing, smelling, tasting, touching, the triputty has to exist, even though you are a realized man. Now the question is what? So he made a base. Triputty is common for both for ignorant man and the wise man. So Ajna Vijnayoho Samanayam Triputyam Ko Visheshaha iti pruchyate. If the triputty is common between the ignorant man and the wise man, but what is the difference between the Ajnani's, ignorant man's triputty and the wise man's triputty? The triad of the ignorant man. Ignorant man also has triputty, knowledge, jnata, jnayam, and jnanam exists. Wise man also has got the triputty. Between these two triputties, between the ignorant man's triputty and the wise man's triputty, what is the difference? That is the question. यहाँ से लेकर के आगे जाता है. So question understood everybody? Triputty, triputty. Same व्यवहार, but कोई फर्क है. क्या फर्क है? So अथ केन विशेषेण ज्ञानी पामरतोऽधिकः इमं मे नाथ संदेहं निवारयितुमर्हसि. अथ केन विशेषेण ज्ञानी पामरतो अधिकः. This is a question. अथ इति प्रश्ने केन विशेषेण भेदोद्योतकेन ज्ञानी आत्मवित् पुरुषः पामरतः अज्ञानिनः अधिकः. My question is to you is अथ केन विशेषेण, because you both in the triputties both are equal. In what sense the jnani is superior to ignorant man? When both are having same the triputty as a base for all their experiences of the world. Ko visheshaha. So what is the triad experienced by jnani? The triad experienced by ajnani. What is the difference? Uttarartham spashtam. That is imam me natha sandeham nivaritam. That is clear, it says. This doubt I have, O Bhagavan, please clarify this, because I don't understand. Realized man also has a triputty, ignorant man also triputty. फिर दोनों में क्या फर्क है? And why the jnani is placed above ignorant man? If so, what is the difference between these two triputties? That is the question. क्योंकि he explains further. भोजन स्वापादि शरीर यात्रासु इतरैः सह व्यवहारेषु च ज्ञानिनं असाधारणचर्याकं प्रतीयन्ति प्राकृताः तदसत् ज्ञानित्व ज्ञापकं बाह्यं लिंगं न विद्यते इति प्रथमाध्याये एव सर्वभूतसमत्वेन लिंगेन ज्ञानमूह्यताम् इति प्रतिपादितम्. तस्मात् सर्वभूतसमत्वेन ज्ञानिनः वैशिष्ट्यं पामरपुरुषादिति सिद्धम्। अत्र तु प्रश्ने विषयग्रहणे अज्ञविज्ञयोः भेदोऽस्ति वा न वा इति जिज्ञासा। विषयग्रहणं तु समानमेव दृश्यते उभयोः व्यवहारे, तथा हि उभयोः अज्ञविज्ञयोः समक्षं कस्मिंश्च तृतीये पुरुषे गाम आनय इति अन्यं ब्रुवाणः तद्वाक्यं शृण्वतः अज्ञस्य विज्ञस्य च शब्दबोधः समानो जायते। गौः आनेतव्य इति ज्ञानिनी वदति, समानैव शब्दबोधो ज्ञानिनः अज्ञानिनश्च भवति। एवं पठन-पाठन-ग्रन्थरचनादिषु अपि अन्तःकरणव्यापारो अपि समानो दृश्यते। कर्मेन्द्रिय-ज्ञानेन्द्रियव्यापारेषु रूपसादिग्रहणेषु क्वचित् पामरतो अपि पठियान् दृश्यते ज्ञानी पुरुषः। तस्माद् उद्गतः सन्देहः कथम् अखण्डात्मस्वरूपनिष्ठस्य भेदशून्ये केवले वस्तुनिस्थितिः चित्रस्य विषयभेदग्रहणं पामरगतभेददी वेदनं वा संभवति। अत च त्रिपुटी प्रणष्टिः अपि ज्ञानिनः प्रोच्यते। सति त्रिपुटीनाशे कथं ज्ञानिनः अज्ञानिभिः सह व्यवहार संभवति। त्रिपुट्यां सत्यां तु को वा भेदः ज्ञानी अज्ञानिनोः इज द क्वेश्चन। बड़ा लेक्चर दिया है अभी, कुछ द क्वेश्चन ओनली, व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस, ही एक्सप्लेन दैट क्वेश्चन। व्हाट इज इट नाउ? इन भोजन काल, while eating food, bhojana, swapa, while sleeping, adi, sharira yatrasu. Sharira yatra, morning till evening, he does many works. Both jnani also eats, jnani also sleeps, jnani also walks, talks. Ajnani also sleeps, eats, walks, talks. Itaraihi saha vyavahareshu cha. When the vyavahara, the transactions, talking, etc. are going carried on with others, jnaninam asadharanachariyakam pratiyanti prakrutaha. The ordinary people think the jnani in all such activities, he is something above, superior, special, a jnani. Thus, ordinary people think prakrutaha, but tad asat. There is no special marks between jnani and ajnani during their transactions using the triputi with the world outside. Therefore, that is not real. There is something special? No. What is speciality then in the jnani? Jnanitva jnapakam bahyam lingam na vidyate iti. See, for a jnani, to recognize a jnani, to differentiate a jnani from the others, ignorant people, no external sign is visible. Absolutely no visible. Gurudev would joke, the realized man will not grow a horn, pair of horns, or a little tail to recognize that, oh, he is a realized man, he is grown tail. Nothing. No external marks are visible between a man of realization and a man who is utterly ignorant. Therefore, jnanitva jnapakam bahyam lingam na vidyate iti prathamadhyaya eva. This was very clearly mentioned in the very first chapter itself of Ramana Geeta, where it has said, sarvabhuta samatvena lingena jnana muhyatam. What is the no external sign, but one sign conspicuously seen in the jnani is they have sarvabhutatvam, meaning samanam. They treat all beings as equal, impartially. That is a quality of a man of realization. Okay, that is seen. Iti pratipaditam. This is what was told. Okay. Tasmat sarvabhuta samatvena jnaninah vaishishyam pamara purushat iti siddham. Therefore, what is the greatness, superiority of jnani when compared to ajnani is, jnani has sarvabhuta samanatvam. that quality of treating all beings equally. All beings equally means including animals, plants, then everything. In his drishti, it is all same. So, sarvabhuta samanatvam प्रतिपादितम सर्वभूत समानत्वेन ज्ञानिनः वैशिष्ट्यम पामर पुरुषात्. So when compared to pamara purusha, this quality of equality towards all is conspicuously seen in the jnani. That is what it was mentioned in the very first chapter itself. Then this is siddham. It is proved. Atra tu prashne vishayagrahane Agnya Vignyayoho Bedoha Astiva Nava iti Jignasa. Now my query is that in the question of Vishayagrahanam, in perceiving the external objects, Vishayagrahanam, that is seeing, smelling, tasting, touching, the external objects, Vishayagrahane, in grasping the sense objects outside, in experiencing the objects of the outer world, is there any difference between jnani and ajnani? Is there or not? Because triputi is both are required common. Qualitatively, jnani has antardrushti as samanatvam, equality towards all beings in the universe. That is the quality of a jnani. But in the Vishayagrahanam, in experiencing the sense objects, outer objects of the world, is there any difference between the jnani and ajnani? That is the question. That is my curiosity. Because triputi is same. So, Vishayagrahanam is same or not? Vishayagrahanam tu samanameva drushyate uvayoho vyavahare. But in jnani vyavahara and ajnani vyavahara, if you really observe, Vishayagrahanam is same. Jnani sees this as chair. Ajnani also sees this as chair. Jnani sees that as table. Ajnani sees that also table only. Vishayagrahanam is same. Otherwise, nobody can talk to any Mahatma. You see table, Mahatma sees something else. Vishayagrahanam is same. Drushyate ubayo vyavahare. Right? Tathahi ubayoho agnya vignayoho samaksham kasmin trutuye purushe gam anaya iti anyam bruvanaha. Somebody, one jnani are standing together. And the third person came. There. One jnani is standing, ajnani is standing. Third person came and he said, bring the cow. Maybe he has told somebody out of between them, but he doesn't know, other man is jnani. But jnani and ajnani is standing. So he told someone between these two, maybe ajnani ke saath. Kaha hoga? He said, please go and bring the cow. Gam anayati anyam bruvanaha tadvakyam shurnvataha ajnasya. So, or maybe he is telling to somebody else in front of these two people. Some third person is telling fourth person. Hey, Gam Anaya, bring the cow. This was heard by Ajnani and Jnani. Both of them heard this Vakyam. Tata ubayoho agnya vigneho samaksham kasmin trutiye purushe Gam Anayati anyam pravane. When it is uttered, pravane, tad vakyam shrunmataha agnyasya vignasya cha shabdabodha samano jayate. So Ajnani also heard this vakyam, Gam Anaya, bring the cow. Jnani also heard this vakyam, bring the cow, he also heard. Both of them have understood correctly, same way only. There is no difference of understanding. Similarly, samano jayate. Gauhu anetavya iti jnanini vadati samanayava shabda bohodo jnanina ajnaninischa bhavati. Gauhu anetavya iti jnanini vadati Suppose somebody goes and tells, the Ajnani understood as go and bring it cow. Ajnani also understood as go and bring the cow. Both are same. Understanding is same. Bhavati evam patana pathana grantha rachana adishu api. Similarly, in pathanam, studying, reading, pathanam, teaching, and also grantharachana, in writing, in all these things, antakarana vyaparopi samano drushyate. In all these things, the antakarana vyapara, what kind of thoughts are generated, triput is generated, all are same between the jnani and ajnani. Okay? So, karmendriya jnanendriya vyapareshu rupasadi grahaneshu kvachit pamartapi patiyan drishyate jnani purushaha. But actually, in kind of all kind of, in other things, karmendriya jnanendriya vyapareshu, when he is interacting through karmendriyas and jnanendriyas, rupasadi grahaneshu, in observing in experiencing the objects of through eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin, experience the form, sound, etc., color, etc. Kvachit pamarataha api patiyan drishyate jnani purusha. Compared to pamar purusha, the more alertness, more refinement is seen in the jnani purusha in observing the data of the outer world, because the ajnani mind is vikshipta chitta, mind is not always concentrated. But jnani is so that perception is a refined perception. You can see more subtler, more refined perception. Understanding of the outer objects is seen by jnani in the jnani purusha. Tasmat udgata sandeha. Therefore, sandeha has come. Because this man is experiencing, but more alert, more refined experience. More brilliance in understanding. Object is same. But an understanding by Pamar man is changing. But experience of the objects is same. So, therefore the question is, therefore Triputi mein ye bhed hai kya? Because Triputi alone is the cause for all experiences. So, is there a Triputi difference in Triputi? That's the question. So, therefore, tasmad udgatah sandeha katham akandatmaswarupanishtasya vedashunye kevale vastunisitasya. One who has awakened, who is awakened to the truth, what is the experience of the awakened man? How come akhanda atmaswarupanishtasya, one who is firmly abided in the all-pervading Atman, where there is bhedashunye kevale vastuni, where is firmly rooted in that vastu, that Paramatma Tattva, where it is freed from all kinds of differences. One who is established in that Atma Jnanam, Vishaya Bheda Grahanam, rooted in that experience of that seeing everywhere oneness alone. Such a man, when he is experiencing the outer objects of the world, Vishaya Bheda Grahanam, Pamaragata Bheda Bedhadhi Vedanam Va Sambhavati. Now, therefore, like when that man, how can he experience the differences in the worldly perceptions as in the case of an ignorant man? Because this man is rooted in self. Yet, in Vyavahara, he understands same thing as an ignorant man. So, how to categorize these two? Pamaragata bhedadhi vedanam va sambhavati. Athacha jnatrugnyeya jnanatmaka triputi pranashtirapi jnaninaha prochyate. Moreover, in the case of jnani, it is said that triputi is destroyed. This difference between jnanam, jneyam and jnata, this triputi doesn't exist. That's what Shastra says. If that is the case, how can he experience this kind of very clarity? between the experiences of the ignorant man and the jnani. How can these two? Sati triputi nashe katam jnanina ajnani sah vyavahara sambhavati. If really the triputi is destroyed, how come a jnani, awakened man, can come and do all kinds of transactions in the outer world with the ignorant people? With the ignorant people means what? Just as an ignorant man sees the differences, uses same language, jnani also understands same language, same experience, same understanding. Triputyam satyam tu kova bhedah jnani ajnani ho. If you say triputi exists in between jnani and ajnani, then what is the difference between the jnani and ajnani triad? This is the question. So, what is that state of the mind of the jnani or triputi? And how we to differentiate between these two? Because triputi exists in both of them. What is the qualitative difference between this triputi or that triputi exists? Because experiences are same. Go anayaka, bring the cow, same experience. He sees a mountain, he also sees a mountain. He uses language, he also uses language. In reading, writing, newspaper he reads. He also reads newspaper. But same is correct understanding only. So what is the difference? For which Bhagavan answers. This continuous answers 1, 2, 3 questions. 3 answers first he gives. Then again another question is asked by Kapali. I will take this tomorrow since I am busy now today with some other work. So I will, tomorrow 6:30 to 8 we will have session. Okay. Today I am leaving you all very early. I have some other work, meeting is there. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai.